Hello everyone, my name is Veer Kumar Patil and welcome back to Rust video series. So today is day 4 and we are exploring two another simple important primitive types in Rust. Those are booleans and characters. Okay, so let's jump into the code and let's try to explore that. Okay, so as most of the programming languages allow you to store only two values for a boolean, that is either true or false. Okay, we'll try to see that can be done with Rust. Okay, so what I'll do in bin, I'll go ahead and create a new file called as day4.rs. Okay, I'll start writing the function main and let's try to define the variable. Okay, I'll not be using this. Okay, so how you can define a boolean into Rust, right? So yesterday we had seen bit of it, but let's try to do that. This is Rust. Let's say I define a variable like is Rust fun, and say I set it to true. Okay, this is how you can write the variable. The other way is is let is underscore hard equals to false. Another variation of writing a variable. Okay, now let's try to utilize these variables. So like most of the programming languages, we can have a if statement. So what we can do is Rust fun, and so this is I'm using a logical and operator, which is denoted by ampersand, and logical not with not, and let's say is hard. Then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and print a statement with print ln Rust is awesome instead of this. Like say I'll say Rust is awesome. Okay, now let's go ahead and run this. So we know the drill, right? How you can run the code with the help of cargo.toml. What you have to do, you have to just go over here and put it into another, just copy that and put it over here and give the name of the file and the name for a bin. Okay, so let's try to run this with, let's say, cargo run, and the name of the bin is day 4. Oh, I have missed giving the bin, and if you could see, it has given the output as Rust is awesome. Pretty straightforward. We are able to do this. Now what I'll do, I'll just try to see, yesterday we installed that Rust analyzer, right? Whether it is helpful for us. Let me just try to remove this particular code block and see. I could see an option to run directly over here, right? Let's see whether it helps us to run the code or not. Okay, so if you could see, it runs from here as well. So that is another good feature that is available with Rust analyzer. You can directly run from the code. Okay, code file itself. This is basically comes with the VS Code, not as a part of Rust, but just to make your program running pretty easy, you can just click on this and your program will run. Okay, now we had learned the Boolean type, right? It holds either true or false, only two values. Okay, when it comes to the size of the Boolean variable, right, it has to be, right, you should know aware of the size of the uh, Boolean type, right? So what you can do for that is, you can use a standard function that will help you to print that. So if I go ahead and let's say print ln, print ln, and let's say I say the variable name, basically let's say size of the Boolean type, and in here I'll just give a variable, let's say bool, and if I print this, I should be able to, get the value, like so. It's 1 byte. Okay, size of the boolean is 1 byte. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's move ahead and see the characters data type. Okay, so like other programming languages like C or Java, a Rust character type is not a single byte. Okay, so just keep that one thing in mind. Rust character type is not a single byte, but every Rust character is a 4 byte. I'll tell you why. Because Rust characters are Unicode scalar values. Okay, that means a single character isn't limited to only English characters. You can store, special characters. You can store emojis. Even you can store, special symbols. Okay, we'll try to see those, and we'll try to see the size of the character as well. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll create a well, okay, let me just I had created few code blocks. I'll just try to use that. Select letter equal letter is equal to single quote r. Okay, I'll just use let hurt. Okay, let's say I wanted to use hurt. Okay, and the third is, let's say, let Chinese character. Okay, and what I'll do now, I'll just print all of those. Okay, so let me just try to first print. So let's say first I'll print letter and then hurt and the Chinese characters, and I'll pass the variable's name accordingly. Okay, now let's try to go ahead and run this program. I'll just click over here. So if you could see, it prints letter, heart, and Chinese character. Okay, and now what I'll do now, I'll just go ahead and print the size of this as well. Okay, print the size of the character. Okay, and if I run it again, I should be able to see. So if you could see, it says 4. Okay, uh, so this is all about characters and the Boolean variables, right? Now let's see, how the characters are different from string. Okay, so let me just go ahead and define a string. Let mute greeting. Okay, and greeting equals to string and new. Okay, so what I'm defining over here is mutable string. That means by default in all the strings are immutable in Rust. So if you wanted to define a mutable string, you have to use the keyword mute, which allows you to define a mutable string. I'll tell you how we can use this now. Like you can add, let's say, character as well. Greeting, let's say I'll push a single character, let's say H. Then I'll push greeting dot push, let's say one more character. Okay, now I'll go ahead and add another character, let's say special symbol. Yeah, like this. Or even I try to add, let's say greeting dot push, let's say if we can add special emojis as well. Okay, like this. I'll just add it into single quote. And what we'll do now, let's try to print and see what we get. Okay, so it says if you mean to write a string, it should be literal. Okay, let me just try to add it in a double quote, the last part only. Okay, let's try to see whether we are able to do this or not. No, I think this doesn't work. You cannot add the symbols like this into a string. Okay, but let's see, we can at least add a special characters and the word like the character literals, and we are able to see those or not. Let me just clear out the screen again and I'll run the program. So it says greeting, hi. So whatever we had done, that has been printed. Okay, let's try to use this like the special symbol with only characters. Okay, let's try to define a character. Let say I'll put it heart, let's say rust symbol, it's underscore symbol, and if I use it, let's see we are able to print this or not. Okay, let me just go ahead and print ln rust symbol, and let's try to run the program again. It is printing, but I think when it comes to pushing a special symbols into string, that is not possible. Okay, so that is the one thing that you can keep in mind. Now let's take one more experiment, like the combination of string and string and a character, like whether that is possible or not. Let's say I define, let's see, equal to, let's say, single quote a. Okay, that means we are defining a character over here, right? And what I'll do now, I'll say let s, so let s is equal to, let's say, hello. I'm putting it into a double quote. Okay, and what I'll do now, I'll define a string, like let's say combine or something like that, combine equal to string and colon, let's say from let's say world, let's say from world. So I'll do like this. Okay, and now let's try to print all these three. Okay, print, let's say C, like this. I'll print first like this. Okay, whether we are able to print this or not. Okay, let's see. Yes, if you could see, it prints hello world. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you. Thanks for watching.